Hello students, welcome to AriserTalent. As you know, we are studying very important chapter of NCERT class 10th, that is heredity and evolution. In our previous lecture, we have already talked about the genetics, the part of heredity. Okay, in this chapter, we have already talked about genetics. Now we are going to talk about horizon of life. Okay, horizon of life. Where? Definitely on earth. Okay, so here we are going to talk about horizon of life. What is life? What do you understand by the term life? Life actually is the property which distinguish it to which distinguish a living being from the non-living matter. How can you identify that the thing is alive or the thing is dead? Definitely, there are some characteristics. On the basis of those characteristics, you identify that the thing is living or the non-living. So, what are those characteristics? Presence of protoplasm, growth of the living being, okay, as well as they do the locomotion, okay, means movement, growth, and so many characteristics are there which differentiate that this is the living thing, and those things which cannot perform all those activities, those are non-living things. Okay, so here I must say what is life. So life is the property which distinguish a living being from the non-living matter. Okay, on the basis of some characteristics. Okay, what are they? Let me define you. Life is a property which distinguish a living being from the non-living matter. Okay, this is the simple term in which we can understand that what is life. Now, what are the characteristics on which we can see that the thing is living being? So, presence of protoplasm, growth of the particular organism, nutrition on the basis of nutrition, on the basis of locomotion, all those characters defined on the basis of reproduction, because only the living things can reproduce, but no living things cannot reproduce. So, all those organisms which perform these activities, they are known as living beings. Okay, means they have life. Fine. So here in the scientific term, we must say that inherent capacity of an organism to utilize the material. Which material? Surrounding material like light, food, water, gas, to generate energy or to grow or to reproduce in a controlled manner, that is life. Okay, so here we can define life is an inherent capacity of an organism to utilize the surrounding materials What are the surrounding materials which are present in our environment? These are light, water, air and food. Okay, so light, water, food or gases. Okay. So, life is what? Life is an inherent capacity of an organism to utilize the surrounding material for growth, for energy, for reproduction. For growth, energy and reproduction. But the thing is that they should utilize them in the controlled manner. In the controlled manner. Okay, this is known as life. Clear? So, hope it is clear what is life. That whosoever is living organism, definitely he or it will utilize the surrounding material for its growth, for its other needs, for its reproduction. Fine. So, this is known as life. Fine. Beside it, non-living things they will not utilize all the surrounding materials because they do not need to grow, they do not need to reproduce, they do not need any energy because they are non-living. Fine. So, this is all about the life. Now, the thing is how the life originated on earth. Okay. How the life originated, when the life originated, where the life originated. Now, we will talk about that. On the earth, life originated long ago. Okay. Long year ago, the life originated on the earth. So, there are so many theories or there are different theories about the origination of life on earth. What are they? Let's talk about them. First of all, we will talk about the theory of natural or the theory of spatial creation. Theory of spatial creation. Theory of spatial creation. According to this theory, Christian says that the world was created by God. Okay, means first of all, whatever the plants, animals, human beings are there, they are created by God. Okay, and according to them, Adam and Eve were the first men and women on the earth. But according to Hindu mythology, they say Lord Brahma has created the world. Okay, they say that the Manu and Sharda were the first men and women on the earth. So, according to this spatial creation, what is spatial creation means? Everything is created by the God only, whether they are plants, animals or human beings. Okay, so let me write. According to this theory, Christians says that God has created the world. God has created the world, plants, animals, and human beings. Okay, means the world is created by the God's wish only. But according to Hindu mythology, Lord Brahma has created the world. Lord Brahma has created the world. Okay, and Manu and Sharda were the first man and woman. Manu and Sharda were the first man and women on the earth. Okay, and according to Christians, Adam and Eve were the first man and women on the earth. Fine. So, this is the spatial creation, means why they are spatial? Because God has created them. So, this is the reason this theory is known as spatial creation. Okay. After that, another theory is theory of spontaneous creation or spontaneous generation. Next is theory of spontaneous generation. Theory of spontaneous generation. Okay, spontaneous means they are generated automatically or spontaneously. Okay, so according to this theory, living beings are generated from the known living matter, and this process is known as abiogenesis. According to this, the living organisms have been or have arisen from the known living matter. Okay, but later on Louis Pasteur explained this theory with his experiments, and he proved that the living thing arise from the pre-existing living being. Okay, later on Louis Pasteur explained with his experiments that living being arise from pre-existing living organism of its species only, living organisms of its type. Okay, on the basis of what? On the basis of protozoa and bacteria, Louis Pasteur explained by his experiment that the living being arise from the pre-existing living organism of its type only. Fine. This was all about the theory of spontaneous generation. Next is theory of chemical origin of life. Theory of chemical origin of life. Next is theory of chemical origin of life. So according to chemical origin, the life on earth has created or have arisen by the chemical reaction, a series of chemical reactions. How it happened? Atoms combine together to form what? To form inorganic compounds. Okay, inorganic compounds. Then these inorganic compounds are what? They are simple inorganic compounds. Okay, simple inorganic compounds. Then these inorganic compounds combine together to form simple organic compounds. They form simple organic compounds. Okay. Then these simple organic compounds combine together to form complex organic compounds or polymers. Okay, simple organic compounds or polymers, and then these polymers aggregate and form the living organism. Then these aggregate, okay, and what they form? They form what? They form the living organism. They form well organized living matter, organized living matter. Okay, so what is the chemical horizon of life? According to it, atoms together combine to form inorganic compounds. And how these reactions take place? These reactions take place because of the presence of what? Solar energy or solar radiations. All these reactions need energy. So these reactions get energy from the solar radiations or from the lightning, means from the spark, okay, or from the volcanic eruptions. Fine. So due to them, they get the energy, and then atoms join together to form inorganic compounds. Inorganic compounds join together means combine together and form simple organic compounds. Then they form complex organic compounds, and these organic compounds means polymers aggregate and form the organized living matter. This is the formation of what? Life. And this is the chemical horizon. Let me clear you. Here we can understand. Then first of all, on earth we believe that there was a primitive atmosphere on the earth, okay, which contains different types of gases, especially nitrogen, hydrogen, carbon monoxide and H2O means water. Okay, when these primitive atmosphere come in the contact with the solar radiation or get the energy from the solar radiation or from the lightning or from the volcanic eruptions, then they, as here I explained you, then these atoms combine and form what? They form inorganic compounds. Then they form these inorganic compounds combine together and form what? They form simple organic compounds. So here we can see that these compounds, compounds or elements together combine and form these small and medium sized molecules like sugar, purine, pyramide, amino and lipids. What are purine and pyramides? These are found in the DNA like guanine, cytosine, thymine and adenine. Okay, so all these are known as purine and pyramide. So how they are formed? They are formed by the what? These primitive atmosphere, whatever the gases are present there. Fine. Then when these compounds combine together, then they form large molecules of polysaccharides, nucleic acid and proteins. Fine. Here we have seen that amino acid is present, so definitely it will form the protein. So here we can understand that when these molecules combine together, then they form large molecules of polysaccharides. What are they? Like nucleic acid and proteins. Fine. And when these molecules combine, means these compounds combine, then they form protocells, and from the protocells, as I explained you here, that they aggregate and form the organized living matter. So first of all, prokaryotes were originate. Okay, they were developed. From the prokaryotes, eukaryotes were developed, and then from the eukaryotes, multicellular organisms are developed. So this is the chemical horizon of life on the earth. Fine. This theory was supported by Miller and Uray. Later on, let me explain you. Here we can see this is the Miller and Uray experiment. What they did to explain this chemical theory, to explain this chemical horizon of theory, what they did, they made a glass apparatus. Okay, they made a glass apparatus. Here we can see this is the glass apparatus, and then what they did, they took methane, ammonia and hydrogen in the ratio of 2:2:1. Let me explain. Here these three are in the form of, in the ratio of NH3, H2. These are the ratio of 2:2:1. Fine. And then they also took the H2 in that. Okay, fine. So here we can see that these are the what? These are the rods to provide electrical spark stimulation for the lightning. Okay, as I told you that these reactions need energy. These reactions need energy, and generally they get energy from the solar radiation. So here they have made a glass apparatus, and here they are providing electric spark by these rods. Okay, then here we can see that energy from the spark, when there is a spark between the rods, then this energy from the spark powers reactions among molecules. These are the molecules, then these reactions, these powers reactions among the molecules so to be present in Earth's early atmosphere. We are talking about the early atmosphere on the Earth. Okay, then when the hot gases in the spark chamber are cooled, here they are providing cool water to flow. Okay, when these gases have the in the spark chamber are cooled, water vapor condense and any soluble molecules present are dissolved. Here we can understand that these gases are cooled, definitely they will condense and they will convert into the water vapor. Okay, and the whatever the soluble molecules are present there, they will be dissolved in that water vapor. Now here we can see this is what? This is the apparatus in which you can collect organic molecules which appear after a few days. Okay, then another we can see here is a boiling chamber. Here we can see that we are providing heat here. Okay, so this is the boiling chamber in which water, the H2 means water vapor was condensed here, then it converted into water. Fine, then we are boiling this water and here we can see that boiling water adds water vapor to the artificial atmosphere, means this water will be boiled and will convert into the water vapor again and then this will go into the atmosphere, and here this H2O means water vapor we are providing from this atmosphere. Clear? So what are the chemicals which they have taken? Already they have taken methane, ammonia and H2O in the 2:1 and they are providing H2O means water vapor from the external environment. So thus life has formed according to Miller and Uray, as they supported this chemical horizon of life. According to them, in this way life has originated on the earth in the primitive atmosphere. Clear? So hope everything is clear to you about the horizon of life. Thank you.